said to myself, I'll never be a baby mum.
So why was he different?
Well, this connected.
Thank you.
Because I tried to trap for a time now, man. It didn't work.
Who's you trying to trap?
You know, anybody.
Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. And the point of this one, right? It's because I grew up the same way you did, where women were pedestalized, unfairly, pedestalized, where they didn't do things like that. They weren't sneaky, they weren't mean spirited. No, they were on the up and up, and that's the default setting we were told how to treat them, how to look at them. But if you think they aren't human, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. They're just like us. And I think that's a very fair assessment. I think that's what originally the red pill was supposed to be about, where you see people, you see women just as people. They do the same things we do. There's nothing wrong with that. What she's trying to do, like she's saying, just calmly, I was just trying to trap someone.
Could get my hands on. It was that deep. I needed a kid and I had PCOS. I know it sounds very messed up, but it is what it is. It's my truth, innit? Like, I just wanted to be a mum. I had infertility problems. I have one fallopian tube. I lost my other tube through ectopic pregnancy. So I didn't have much time on my hands.
Just notice how easy it is to justify and rationalize this, what I was about to do, what I was trying to do to someone. It's because I had hardships. This is why. And there's no guilt. There's no nothing. It's just flat out. They're just as sociopathic as us.
So, when I had that doctor appointment, it was basically now or never. And I want to have my kids young so I can enjoy the rest of my life. So I kept going back, sleeping with my ex. Like, this is before I met my partner, by the way. And this just wasn't connecting. I would do like ovulation. I would track, always get a negative. I'm like, this man, like, I need to get out of this country. So a lot of things was making me depressed, and I didn't care who the dad would be because I'm good. Like, I don't need a man to help me to raise my child. I'm a hustler, I got it. So I just knew I just wanted a kid, and that's it. Went to Jamaica, he loved what he saw, the connected, and here I am with my baby.
I mean, it really says it all, right? If we're out here thinking that women don't move like this, they absolutely do. They're just like us. We hear all the time that these men are here and they're trapping women. Yeah, it's both sides. It's really both sides. And the quicker we learn to accept that, I think the better off we're going to be, right? The better off we're going to have a real understanding of, you need to be careful of of who you're dealing with, right? As this is something that I like to do in my own life, right? I look at how things have always played out for me. I've not had women come up to me and just say, "You're so handsome," blah 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 blah, boom boom, take my number. But I grew up in the era of punked. If something like that was happening, I'd look around for the cameras. I'd look around for the spies, for the men in black, right? For the helicopters, the unmarked helicopter. This is a setup somehow. She's a cop, right? There's something happening here. Someone coming and being so forward, so open. If this is happening in your life, man, unless you've had this has been your real reality. Unless you're someone worthy of being, of trapping, then you live a different life, right? You're a celebrity, and I appreciate you watching my channel. But for the majority of us, for us regular degler in the trenches guys trying to, make something of our name, trying to break generational curses, stuff like that, yeah, you got to be careful. Because in this case, her just going to Jamaica, she just wanted a baby, and her reasons are this, right? I think women sometimes don't understand their pull, their magnetism, their allure they have over men. There's plenty of men, if you had the very real conversation with them and said that, you didn't need to trap them. You didn't need to go about doing it like this. But she did. She tried to trap her ex. He got lucky, right? Then she goes to Jamaica. Boom, gets pregnant, and it's fine with her. I know, and I hate to go into using anecdotal stories and anecdotal situations, but I know plenty of men who went in and thinking it was this, and now they're on the hook 18 years. That's how the system is set up. Or to win and saying, yeah, I just want to have your baby. I don't want anything else from you. Blah, 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 blah. And it sounds good. It sounds like the perfect thing. And you're not thinking like me, thinking this is an Ashton Kutcher setup. There's going to be the fine print. Something's going to happen down the line. You go in thinking, my lucky day. It's perfect. Then then you have the baby, and she changes her mind, which it's her right to do. you're thinking there was some sort of verbal contract that no, we agree to this. No judge is upholding any of that. No judge is upholding any of that. Listen, just go into these things, these situations with eyes wide open, looking and seeing how the world really is. So you're not going to be surprised. You're not going to be taken off. Oh, how did this happen? Oh, why it couldn't be me? And I'm saying this because as much as we like to say we're well informed or we understand how women are, we were programmed a certain way. If you're not constantly thinking about it or exposing yourself to situations of how the reality of things are, you fall back to your programming. You fall right back into it. We do it, men and women do it. This is just a societal thing, it's a societal problem. Until things like that becomes fixed, things like that starts changing, this is how we're going to be. So you have to, take a little bite at a time and say, okay, my instinct is telling me this, but my instinct was born because I was trained to do this. I was trained to behave like this. I was trained to think like this. Rather than thinking and trying to understand, hey, I'm thinking like this because I can point back to Aladdin, street rat, right? Comes upon a lamp, strict into it, but came upon it. And the first thing is saying, Genie saying, I can't make her fall in love with you. Why is that the first thing you want? You were trained and programmed like that, right? Shout out to Dizzy. Shout out to Aladdin. Right? Guys, let me know what you think below. I'll see you in the next one.